Welcome back to my office. Actually, no, this is actually my parents' office. Let me show you mine. So this is where my parents work. And 3 years ago, I decided to become neighbors with them. So we work pretty close to each other. And this is where my office is. Looks a little empty. That's because I've been moving things around, trying to shuffle some of the boxes in here. And since my mom has a better view, I'm going to start working out from her place. At the start of COVID, I was living in New York City. And like many, COVID made me realize that I wanted to spend more time with my family, with my parents more specifically. And since we all ended up working remotely, we found WeWork. WeWork was such a great place. We have this office unit right here. In fact, I am sitting on my mom's chair. She had the nice view. The Rose Parade runs through the street once a year. And I usually work right outside in a different office space. And every day we would get lunch together. We would go to the gym together. And when I'm in LA, it's like the maximum time that I can spend with the people that I love the most. But if you've been watching any videos on this channel, you know that my mom suddenly passed away. And so 5 months later, I'm back here and I got to transform this place a little bit to fit my needs. I've been doing a lot of podcasts lately. And so I'm thinking to turn this side of the office into a podcast studio. And this side of it may be able to see some boxes. These boxes right there. Those are jewelry cases from Bushmina. I took a break to film a podcast and then came back to my camera to finish up this video, but check out what's going on. Look at this. It's completely frozen. I hope my camera's not dead because, man, I love this camera. It's only been 2 years, but good thing I have this tiny DJI with me today. So I just finished recording a podcast and I realized that this location actually isn't ideal for setting up my podcast because the sun comes through the back. These wheels right here, that's way too loud for podcasting, as well as not just my door, but our neighbors to the left, right, across, and above. It's way too much noise. So I think I'm gonna move my podcast setup back home so that at least there's less noises to deal with. Going back to the story of how we started at WeWork. Initially, when we first started at WeWork, we rented a small 4-person office facing a wall in the interior of the building. It was dark, but it was cheap because nobody wanted that room. And we weren't sure how much we're gonna grow with the businesses, that we didn't wanna commit to a year-long lease here, but we still wanted all the benefits of having a co-working space, everything that we want, and the gym, Whole Foods, and all the places that we wanna eat at nearby. But then as the business grew, we realized that it was smart for us to get something with natural light, a place that we would enjoy working out of. And so my mom chose to sit here and my dad chose to sit there. He's not here right now, he's in Asia. And so we got this place and it's kind of become our second home. You know, when the parents are out traveling, I'd like to take over this seat. It's Saturday at 3 p.m. I've been here since 8 o'clock in the morning, so I'm gonna give you guys a quick Airlite update. So this was our website and everything looked fine until this section right here. We really enjoyed our animations, but the data shows us that nobody is reading it. So we changed it to something simpler. Essentially, we replaced the scrolling with a GIF and we changed the other scrolling animation to this. So yeah, sometimes even though the design is really nice, but it's not effective. And for us, we're designing this app for people who have no experience in this topic at all. And so we need to make it as simple as possible. We need to make it as easily readable as possible. And we need to basically make everything in plain English, which is something I have to remind myself all the time because as I get deeper into this topic, I'm able to understand terms, legal terms and analogies and jargons more and more. but then I have to keep telling myself, take myself back to the starting line when I didn't understand all these terms. And so our team have been working super hard. If you guys ever see this, shout out to Kelvin, June, Qianhui, and also shout out to Zija and Mikey for constantly iterating with me. And we're really excited to see what comes. Today is Saturday the 10th. In about 9 days, we're gonna release a new updated version of Airlight. I'm flying up to Seattle. We're gonna try to release in 10 different states by the end of March. I may be over-promising here, but since every state has a different law, we need to make sure that all the internals, the document that is ultimately generated is legally compliant state by state. And so that's what we're up to. That's a quick Airlight update. All right, I'm gonna go grab some food now. See you guys in the next vlog.